Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Jay out there with Chris Paul. And it's Navarro in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Roberson. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Passes it to Navarro. Second chance shot. And he sinks the layup. And that's now 30 points for Jay.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Morrow kicks to Adams. They set the pick. Feeds to Morrow. Lets it go from deep. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up. The defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Adams dishes to Morrow. Cans it from short range. Morrow's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
Augustine against Paul, and Paul over to help. Here's Roberson. Collison with the screen for Augustine. 6 on the shot clock. Roberson gets the bucket.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Collison's got the ball. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. To the right side. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Navarro. The tray. Paul's shot is off.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Here's Augustine. Here's Collison. It's deflected, but they'll get another chance. Just 4 to shoot. Over Navarro. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Good on the 3-point shot. 35 points for Jay. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Clippers.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've got down in transition. You know, guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And he gets it to go. Clutch has got 46 points.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. And Greg, how about DJ Augustine on the roller coaster ride last season, beginning in Detroit, ending up in a very creditable position with the Oklahoma City Thunder?
And a lot of that was because Jennings was so inconsistent for Stan Van Gundy last year, even so much so that he started starting Augustine, and this was just a small part of the turmoil for Detroit last season.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Down low, lets it go from 11. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
So back to DJ Augustine. It's the middle of last year, and he and Jennings are practically splitting time at the point. Then Jennings goes down with an Achilles injury, and it looks like Augustine will take over full-time duty. Nope, the Pistons trade Augustine to Oklahoma City for Reggie Jackson.
You know, one thing about the Augustine-Jackson trade last year, it didn't help either the Thunder or the Pistons make the playoffs. It's just so hard to integrate a new player into your system that far into the season, especially when that player is a point guard. So a wild ride for Augustine.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Haynes checked in. Offensive rebound. Here's Navarro. Pass to Navarro. The second chance effort. Singler with the rebound.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
That's tipped, and they get it back.
Los Angeles timeout call.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Remember, for a long time, flopping was like the #1 concern in the NBA. I mean, it still happens a lot, but the rules have curbed it quite a bit. We have seen less and less flopping the last few years.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Clippers leading by 22. Westbrook with the steal. And Griffin sends it back. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Griffin. Here's Westbrook. There's a screen by Cantor. It's Westbrook with the drive. And Ibaka kicks to Cantor. Again, Oklahoma City. Some doubted how the flopping fines would have worked. Overall, there have been less egregious flops for the better in the NBA.
Yeah, and there will always be room for embellishment, but I like the fines because it really does minimize the number of extravagant flops. Guys have adjusted, and they're not laying down as much as they used to. They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
That's good.
You know what? That was good defensive effort. But on a shooter like him, sometimes it just isn't enough.
Waiters passes to Ibaka. Here's Cantor. No good. Jordan with some nice D. The Clippers have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. The pass to Navarro. Picked by Griffin. The three. Another shot. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And that one's good. Durant.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Clippers leading by 22. Navarro, the pass to Paul. Here's Navarro. He's covered by Westbrook. That drops. Jay's got 40 points.
They're in the position they're in right now thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Durant, no good. LA has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Navarro, it's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
And Jay gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Mitch McGary's checked in for the Thunder. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Durant in the corner. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Clutch has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. There are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon, though.
Here's Navarro. He's guarded by Waiters. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good. Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense. A delicious dime from Chris Paul there.
Oklahoma City's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13.
And how's that for some ups coming from that one?
Well, he is a rarity among NBA point guards in his ability to elevate.
Yeah, his athletic ability, guys, is really what takes him a notch above most players at his position.
Again, Los Angeles.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And he gets it to go. Westbrook's got 42 in the game.
This is one well of a performance, folks, but it won't mean a thing if they aren't able to finish it off and get the win.
Doubled by Collison. Here's Griffin, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
I like his composure there under pressure as he was being double-teamed. Terrific pass.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Los Angeles.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Jay. He did it all tonight, making an impact with more than just his scoring. How about the fact that he got a triple-double?
And Durant gets it to go.
And this run not really doing him any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
And really, last season, the Thunder came into the year as a popular pick to win the West. Of course, we know what happened in terms of injuries, and they ended up having them on the outside looking in terms of the postseason.
Anthony Morrow's checked in for Oklahoma City. Pass to Westbrook. To the left side wing. Here's the 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
For the Thunder, their play against the rest of the West wasn't a huge problem as to why they missed the playoffs. And, you know, they went 25-27 against the rest of the West.
Well, at first glance, that doesn't look too bad, but only 7 wins in those 29 games against the Western Conference playoff teams. With the talent the Thunder have, you still think of them as favorites in the West, at least one of the favorites in the West. Crisp pass into the paint.
Here's Navarro, defended by Durant. Navarro, the pass to Griffin. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it. But I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we give the nod to our Jordan Player of the Game. He had just an outstanding fourth-quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
What a special night for him offensively. Anytime you can get a player who's scoring up in the 40s, you know he was feeling it. And once he got rolling, his teammates were getting him the ball and just getting out his way.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in.